Origins of Agony. One of the 5 symbiotes forcibly spawned from the Venom symbiote by the Life Foundation, Agony has the unique ability to spit acid. Leslie Jesneria was a volunteer/mercenary for the Life Foundation, an organization that was preparing for the mad, mutually assured destruction, fallout of the Cold War and sought to provide a comfortable life for their wealthy clients after the impending nuclear holocaust. Leslie was one of the organization's security force members who was chosen to be made into one of the superhuman police force members for the utopian future that the Life Foundation sought to bring about. This was done by forcibly extracting multiple offspring from the alien creature known as Venom, after which the offspring were artificially aged to maturity. Leslie was bonded with one of these symbiote offspring and became one of the Life Foundation's guardians. It was later revealed that the symbiotes had survived due to efforts by the Life Foundation. They broke Eddie Brock out of prison and kidnapped him in a last-ditch effort to communicate with their alien others. Unfortunately, Eddie refused to aid them, due to Carnage's example that his children became psychopathic killers. Shortly after Brock's refusal, Leslie was stabbed from behind and killed. The rest of her symbiote siblings mourned her passing, especially Karl Mock, who sought to kill Brock out of revenge when it was assumed that he was the one who'd killed Leslie. It's later revealed however that Scream, having snapped from her schizophrenia and her symbiote's influence, killed Leslie, believing that the symbiotes and any who host them were evil. She went on to kill Carl and the rest of the symbiote hosts even after her ruse was revealed. Hybrid. Agony survived, and was imprisoned/experimented upon in the vault along with its siblings, except Carnage and Scream. The symbiotes eventually merged together, and bonded with a man known as Scott Washington to form Hybrid. Mercury Team. In Carnage, USA, the hybrid symbiote was revealed to have been forcibly separated behind the scenes. The Agony symbiote, along with its siblings, were rendered catatonic as a result of the trauma of the separation. Covert government Mercury Team trained with them to teach them specialized tasks. Agony was teamed up with Lieutenant James Murphy, Navy SEAL, as a brace for railgun weighing over 800 pounds. They were called on as a contingency team when the Avengers failed to free the town of Doverton, Colorado, from Carnage's control. Deadpool vs. Carnage. In Deadpool vs. Carnage, Deadpool stole the symbiotes from a government facility to help him combat Carnage. After defeating Carnage, he puts the symbiotes on a dog and instructs it to take them back to the government. King in Black. The dog that Deadpool left the symbiotes in the care of was distracted by a crying young girl named Sadie. She was having family problems, so the symbiotes bonded to her family, with Agony bonding to Sadie's mother, to keep them together. Piloting their bodies, they make their way to Manhattan to assist in the Null invasion. Under Carnage's orders, they hunt down Dylan Brock and Normie Osborn. Unfortunately, they were left with the Maker, who was currently inventing ways of ending the symbiote threat. While Dylan and Normie hid, the Maker was able to remove them from their hosts and stick both the hosts and the symbiotes in stasis pods. Dylan was growing distrustful of Maker and tried shooting his and Normie's way out. Instead of hitting Maker though, he freed the symbiotes from their stasis pods, allowing them to all bond to Maker. This hybrid chased them into the streets where Spider-Man had led a few Avengers to help. They are eventually chased off by Hawkeye's multiple anti-symbiote arrows. Separated, they continued to look for Dylan in New York during Null's invasion. They are confronted by their sibling, Scream, who is now bonded to Andy Benton. Scream and Andy were defending the various children the symbiotes were assaulting. The symbiotes combined into Hybrid again to take on Scream, but Andy's Hellmark powers ripped them apart. Wounded, they escape through the sewers. Extreme Carnage. After the events of King in Black, Agony bonds to Gemma Shin, the Deputy Director of Communications for Peter Crane's campaign. Once she makes a bond with the symbiote, she is promoted to Director of Communications under Carnage, who is bonded to Crane's son. Together, with other Life Foundation symbiotes, they plan on assassinating Senator Crane at his own anti-alien demonstration. When Flash Thompson's team and the Guardsmen get involved, most of her siblings are detained by Alchemax. Agony and Carnage got away, with Agony retaining a position in the Crane administration. now that a carnage-less Arthur Crane was given his father's old position. After Kingpin outlaws superheroes in New York, Agony is deputized to his Thunderbolt units, the only sanctioned superhero team in the city. Besides keeping the peace, Agony and the Thunderbolts' main mission was searching New York City for the Purple Children so that Kingpin could increase the amount of Purple Man power he was harnessing. She and her team were able to capture all but one of the Purple Children, which was enough for Kingpin to undo the psychic blind spot that was stopping Fisk from remembering Daredevil's true identity. Once he had the information again, he abandoned all his plans for revenge, but first caused a riot distraction by mesmerizing the Thunderbolts, including Agony, into attacking the citizens. She was eventually captured and imprisoned after Luke Cage beat Fisk in the election for mayor. She attempted to escape with her fellow Thunderbolts, but Cage's new Thunderbolts, led by Hawkeye, recaptured her. The Fist. Agony was broken out of jail by Daredevil and his new team, the Fist, a ninja clan that he founded with Elektra to confront the Hand. She, along with a number of other inmates, agreed to join their ranks for their freedom. Through training with Elektra, Gemma Sin was learning how to control the symbiote and ultimately used it to save brainwashed former member, Bullet, from the Hand. Unfortunately, their island fortress was attacked by both New York crime family, the Stromwinds, and the Avengers. The Avengers showed up to arrest Elektra for the death of the president, but the Stromwinds dropped the Resid drug on the island, causing members of the Fist to riot. Despite Agony being successfully arrested by the Avengers, she was quickly released when Daredevil forced the Stromwinds to use their connections to do so.